Hello, everybody. My name is Jim, and today we're going to talk about enjoyment. And when I say enjoyment, I don't mean preferences, genres that you like, or anything like that. I mean the enjoyment you get out of reading a novel that contains content that is super dark and the guilt that you feel about enjoying something like that. Do you need to feel guilty? I've seen people ask this question, and I've felt it myself when I've told somebody that I enjoyed a book that was a bit disturbing or kind of triggering. I'm here to tell you you're fine. I'm also here to tell you that it's never my place or my intention on this channel to make you feel guilty about reading a certain book. I don't know your maturity level, and maybe I'm naive in thinking this, but I would hope that most of us understand those lines that are drawn where something that you read in a book may be inappropriate in real life. I want to believe that the people watching this video understand that line, because you're never really going to escape that when you read certain books. But before I really jump into this topic, if you enjoy this video, you know there's a like button down there if you want to hit it. I had to plug it. I had to do it. I don't really do this in my videos, but I feel like it would be a missed opportunity if I didn't do that on a video about enjoyment. So yeah, I'm so sorry I had to plug that like button. But anyway, when it comes to enjoyment, there are two definitions. The first one is to take delight or pleasure in, parentheses, an activity or occasion. The second definition is possess and benefit from. So obviously, even if you read a dark book, you can enjoy the characters that are in the book. You can enjoy the setting, how well the book is written. That's usually a given, but I'm talking about a deeper form of enjoyment. I'm talking more about the second definition, the benefits that you receive from reading specific books. I know a lot of the time it's really not that deep, and people generally go with the first definition, but as a memoir and historical fiction reader, the second definition also tends to apply to me, at least. I've seen this comment before, and I've also battled with it myself when I finish a book and I'm like, wow, that was a 5-star read. I really enjoyed that. A lot of times it was a book that made me feel some things, and quite frankly, it was content that might be triggering for some. Definitely not something that if I saw it happen in the real world that I would enjoy watching. So at the end of the day, it's really not enjoying the bad things that happen to characters or people in novels, memoirs, whatever, but it's certain feelings that you take away from the novel that you enjoy. And just to give you a few examples, I read As Familiar as Family not too long ago. It was a memoir that was written by an old high school friend. And not only did I enjoy it for the fact that I was proud of my old friend for writing it and speaking her truth, but it was something that I could relate to on a deeper level. It was something that I could pull experiences from and understand exactly what the author was saying. While there were many different events that took place in that memoir that I certainly could not relate to and could never relate to, I still feel that all of the parts that I could relate to, in a way, and I don't want this to sound really sick or twisted, but I did enjoy it because it felt like there was a connection between me and the person writing the memoir. It's much easier to say that you enjoy something. You do hear this book made me feel seen a lot, but I do think that feeling seen is something that we are free to enjoy without guilt, and that is certainly something that I got from that memoir. Another book that I've said that I enjoyed is Don't Cry for Me by Daniel Black. I have sung this book's praises since I reviewed it for this channel, and it has always been on my mind since I read it last year in March. But this is a book that had chapter after chapter of really dark, intense content. It covered a slew of things that could possibly be triggering for somebody. I still feel as though I enjoyed the book because not only did it include content that I related to. And I mean, this book affected me when I read it last year. It affected me in a very deep and personal way. But I feel like that level of understanding is something that I enjoy. I don't enjoy their plights. I don't enjoy the fact that this is something that they have to endure on a day-to-day basis. But I do feel in a way that when I read a book like this, I level up a bit and I understand a little bit more. I don't think I will ever fully understand certain life experiences, but there is a sense of enjoyment that comes with learning and maybe taking a step back and thinking about where you fit in the situation and how you can become a better person as a result of books like this. I don't think there's anything to feel guilty about when it comes to being a better person. If you are improving yourself, like I imagine most people in this world are trying to do, that is not something that you should feel guilty about. I think that is something that you can enjoy. And if a book, no matter how heavy it is, kind of slaps you in the face and tells you that things need to change and things need to get better, and it starts with you, and you make that effort to improve yourself and improve your situation and the situations of those around you, you know what? I think that's something to enjoy. I think that's something that we all need to do. We all need to look into. Don't feel guilty if you enjoy books that are deep and dark, because that enjoyment comes from a different place. It does not come from you enjoying people's torture, people's misery. It comes from that feeling of growth and that feeling of empathy that you have when you read a book. That is what you are free to enjoy without guilt. So that's all that I wanted to share with this video. I've been Jim. You've been great. Happy reading.